Yo, can you guys hear me? Good evening. Quick voice and music level check. How's it all sound? Too loud? We can. Excellent. Wunderbar. That's excellent. Most excellent. Well, if you have any complaints about the sound, then be sure to let me know. Good evening, folks. We've already got a good turnout. That's great. We have Men's, we have Command, we have Gombos, Arubis, Pink Tangent's in, Goobster's in, Dean's in as well. Thanks very much for joining in. We're getting about a notification. Ready? Rasta Mouse, thank you very much, sir, and welcome. Thanks for the resub, dude. Very kind of you, as always. Legend. And Tina. Tina has just hosted me again. Thank you, Tina. So very kind of you. Righto. So. Rick's in as well. Hey, Rick. I'm surprised you're not sick of me already. So, first point of call for the day, as always, is make sure you have your tea. Hacking without tea is very uncivilized. Tonight I have my standard Assam brew with a little bit of milk. Bit of Guernsey milk today, which is very fatty, but rather tasty, I have to say. And today I'm actually not going to be having any chocolate. I've been given some of this, and this is seriously like poison for me. I can't stop eating this stuff. But I was given this as a gift, and so I'm going to do the right thing, and I'm going to have a little bit. Command Control has resubscribed. Thank you very much, Eric. You're a legend, mate. Thanks for that. And Mikos7, do you archive these on YouTube? Yes, I certainly do, mate. If you type bang YouTube into the chat, or I think or bang Vimeo, or something like that, you should see references to where all of the videos that I live stream are archived. So here's some shortbread to celebrate that. Chin chin. There you go. Oh man, that is so good. That's going to send me to an early grave, that stuff. But it'll be totally worth it. Very tasty toxins, I have to say. Switch would have... Ah, it's Binchuk. Binchuk, is that who I think you are? Mr. JC. Toxins. Thanks for joining in, JC. That is so... Oh man. I probably shouldn't have opened that, because now I'm going to have one more. I'm going to have one more, I'm going to eat it, and then I'm going to stop. Because shortbread is so good. Alright, putting that away. Must stop. Alright. So, just one more. No, I do not want diabetes. Oh, it's so buttery. So tasty. Okay, so last time we streamed, we did a bit of Pico, didn't we? Tyler DNA, thank you for the follow. It will not be empty by the end of the stream, Dean. I'm going to be a very good boy. 2, and I'm done. Alright, so last stream we kicked off PicoCTF from 2018, and we thought we'd just work through the challenges one by one and see how we go. And boy, did I feel like I had my CTF training wheels on. After such a long period of time of doing any CTF challenges, it felt really stilted. There was no flow. I'm hoping that that's not going to be the case today. So, what I'll do is I'll click over to VMware. Here we go. And this VM is exactly as we left it last time we were here. And when we finished up, we were looking at these and see that there was a couple of forensics challenges that we haven't touched, which I somehow skipped over and did this other general challenge over here. Now, I'm a real doofus when it comes to forensics, and I'm probably even worse when it comes to crypto, as you've probably already seen. Oh, by the way, thanks for the follow, Melinkich, and Warish Tyreek Shield. I think that's how you say it. Apologies if I got that wrong. But thanks for the follows, ladies and gents. So what I was going to do was either like try and work through these forensics challenges to begin with, and then do the binary one, or depending on what people want to see, I was thinking maybe we'll do this classic buffer overflow problem to warm us up, and then maybe go back to the forensic stuff afterwards. What do you guys want to do? Should we work through it in order and go forensics first? Boff. Overflow. Everyone loves the binary. Why did everyone? Absolutely. Party, Tina. Party like it's 1996. So I guess that means we want to have a look at this, yeah? Alright. Something harder than last week. I agree, Atwolf. Okay, make directory. We'll just call it binary. BO 0 points. Righto, let's take a copy of this. Copy location. Let's pull that down. What is it? Is it allow? No. What's the flag again for insecure requests? No SSL verify or something? I can't remember. Allow insecure SSL. Yeah. Let's do this. Curl and redirect to volume.c with a -k. I can never remember the wget stuff. Let's see if that works. There we go. Alright, so let's gvim volume.c. We might throw that into another window. Right, so what do we got? This does look like a fairly classic buffer overflow problem. Yeah, no check certificate, thank you. Alright, so first thing this thing does is say open flag.txt, and if that doesn't work, it fails out, obviously. Then it asks for flag, called vulnerable function. Program takes for one argument. Does it? Okay, so this is local. We're not actually going to be doing this remotely. Alright, so does that mean then you obviously get the binary into your location? Let's do the wget no. What was it? No check certificate. There we go. And as we can see, it is a 32-bit binary, which this track is too loud. Oh, is it too loud? Okay, hang on. Let me tweak that. It's like every week it's different, hey? How about that? Does that sound better? I'm not too far from the mic. I feel like I'm almost eating the mic. A+, happy with that? Yeah, these are good tunes, hey? Alright, sorry about that. Chmod +x vol. Now we don't actually need to disassemble this. We can just pretty much do this live, right? But let's have a quick gander as to what this actually looks like. Is better. So, what are we doing? We are cding to, where do I put it? Stream, PicoCTF, binary. Okay, so basically it's saying we've got to create a flag, so we'll just echo this is the flag into flag text. Program takes one argument. Thanks, received A. So instead of doing that, what we can do is go vuln, and then we'll go -c print A times 1000. How fascinating is that? So if we have a quick look at the C file in here, where are we? can see what happens here is it calls vulnerable and it copies our local. This actually doesn't make a lot of sense. I know, but yeah, warm up. We got to understand what's going on here, right? So the reason why this is working is because when we invoke the binary with a very large parameter, which is this argv1, this vulnerable function is invoked. As a result, when it's invoked, you see we've got a 16 character buffer sitting on the stack, and then we just do a straight string copy of what we were given over the top of this. Then on return, what happens is you'll get a seg fault because the return address has been overwritten. We've smashed EBP, we've smashed the save return pointer, we've just clobbered everything on the stack. So as a result, this sigsegv handler will get invoked, and as you can see, the first thing we do is spit out to standard error the flag. What's the giant red line? Yeah, that's me just with my Vim config, giving me an indication of where 80 characters is. Pretty cool, huh? I like to have that as a visual reference, even though I don't necessarily use it as a hard reference. Hello, Killix, you're back. Good to see you, man. So that's pretty much all that was. So what we should do, though, is do the SSH thing. I need my password again, don't I? Oh, no. There we go. Righto, so where is it on the shell server? It's here. So let's go to this location. We can see that. You can see that that is only readable by Hacksports. Vuln is owned by Hacksport, so obviously we need to execute this in order to read this, because if we try and cat flag.txt, it says permission denied. But if we do what I did just then, we go vuln. In fact, we don't even need to do the Python thing. We can just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That gives us the whole buffer done. And then 1, 2, 3, we've got to go another 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, segfault caught up. Isn't that interesting? So why wouldn't that work? Have we gone too far? Ah, I needed to go further. That's right. Anyway, so as you can see, that worked as we were expecting. And there's our flag. Elite hacks, folks. That is correct. All right, so we're done with that. So here's the question then: do we want to go to the next binary exploitation one to keep ourselves entertained, or should we go back and do things in the order that we should? More binary, yeah, more binary. Do a reversing one. I think did we do a reversing one already? We've done one reversing one, which is pretty easy, binary one. Why did the error handler catch it with more A's and not less? I would assume that that has something to do with... Hang on, let me just show you the source again. My guess would be that it's because it doesn't segfault here, it returns... Sorry, it segfaults at the end of this function. Now, I'd have to look into that a little bit, because this... When we set the sigsegv handler here, I wonder whether or not it gets unhooked at another point. Let me think. Chance to learn something here, so let's dive into that just a little bit more. Oh, that's not what I meant to Google. We want to call signal. That's the function. So signal. So let's have a look at the signal function, and let's just see if we can get some information on this. So the C library function sets a function to handle signal handler with the signal number sig, which is absolutely fair. So this basically says signal segmentation violation, invalid access to storage. when a program tries to read or write outside the memory that is allocated for it. Okay, so the question there then would be, at what point was the original, this puppy here, where are we? Segmentation fault. Maybe we got a different signal. That might be why. We may have got a different signal. Remember, because the one that is registered is just SIGSEG-V. So maybe a different signal was caught. It could have been. Let's have a look. Generally generated by application user. Invalid function image. That's an invalid instruction. Yeah, it could have been this. No more Nix 101. I'm not sure I understand what you mean, Zarubis. Oh damn, just tuned in, the flag was submitted. RIP. Another binary. Alright, another binary it is. I think it's because we would have got a different signal, to be honest. We can check that. But for the sake of this discussion, we may just move on. I would assume that it would be something else like this that actually kicked off. Ah, now come on, Zarubis. I get it. We're all going through the basics. But hey, you know, that's why we're doing what we're doing. But yeah, we'll do another binary. Okay, so CDBO. No, I have to make dear BO1 because that's what we're gonna do next. Where was it? Reversing binary explicit. Here we go. So copy link location. Okay, wget no check. No check certificate. And we'll pull the source down as well. Yeah, no check certificate. Okay. Let's see. Whoops, wrong one. Let's see. What do we got here? Okay, so this time again we're looking for a flag, and it will bail out otherwise. It looks like we're going to have a format string vulnerability. See how we've got the ability to specify 64 characters of stuff. So we read in. Where are we? We read in the flag, which is 64 characters worth, and spit it out when this win function is called. So I completely misread what I was saying. We've got this vulnerable function which just calls getS, which clearly is really bad. This get return address, I'll bet you this is like a cheeky little helper function that just returns the stack pointer when it's invoked. That's probably there to give us a bit of a hint. It's not a format string. No, it's not a format string. That was me looking at this thinking this was main because I'm dumb. So here what we're doing is set vbuff null. That's basically setting buffer IO to 0. It's basically saying don't buffer output. And then, yeah, just reads in whatever we give it, which is 32 characters. But it calls getS, which basically will keep reading up till, I think it's the new line. So we can blast over SRP quite easily. So what we might do first, again, is we'll do this locally. Let's go. Well, we see permission. Oh, chmod plus x. Well, into your string. Blah. Okay, so that looks like it's going to tell us exactly where we're going to. Now, if we do this big enough, we have another follower, Libertarian Boy. Thank you for that. This should go 0x41414141. Yep, and then it blows. Okay, so that's pretty easy, right? But what we need to be able to do is we need to get the address of the win function so that we can effectively return that. And we can do that pretty easily just by gdb glom, and we can run it. But if we go info function win, You should see, oh man, we've got a lot in here, haven't we? Win is at this location. Okay, so with that in mind, we can do this really quickly. Because when we call vuln, we just want to spray it with that address so that we end up overriding the return, yeah? Excuse me. So let's just do echo, this is the flag, into flag.text, because that's what happens when we invoke win. And what we're going to do is we're going to basically generate some input. Let's go python-c import struct, and then I'm going to go print struct.pack that value, and I'm going to say do that, I don't know, 40 times, and it's just going to spit garbage out to the screen, right? Or nothing. We're going to just redirect this to output.bin. So if we xxd output.bin, we should see that address basically repeating itself. All right. I could have actually just piped that straight to xxd so that we can see it. All right. So that's basically going to be the input that we're going to pipe into vuln instead. And look at that. There you go. I probably didn't need to make it that big. So even if, I think we only did it. Where are we? Jumping to, we didn't go far enough. There you go. 12 times? We just want one, don't we? Is it 11? 12. So if we do this when we get to the other side, then we should be in a good spot, right? It's SSH in this shell. And where are we? Problems. This one here. Copy. Similar story, right? There we go. Python. And there it is. PicoCTF address. Addresses are easy. 149 blah blah blah. Does everyone understand what we just did? I love how nobody agrees where pack belongs. What do you mean by that, Tina? Do you mean that... Hang on, I don't know what you mean. Would you mind explaining further? So we've got another one here, another binary one, which is called leak me. Can you authenticate to this service and get the flag? i3 with IP status, in my humble opinion, i3 blocks goes way better. Yeah, that's fair enough. I'm really quite happy with the current setup. Perl, default namespace, Python struct. Oh, yeah, that makes way more sense. You mean across the languages? Yep, I would agree with that. There is no consistency at all. Let's do one more binary one. Copy link location. This is leak me, apparently. Make dir leak me. Do we get no checks? Did we get? Let's see what this does. Righto, instead of assuming the first function is the one we want, let's have a look at what main says. So again, we turn off buffering, and then we do the usual setting IDs and whatnot for grids, and then we go. We've got buffers for password, name, and password input. We set them all to 0, and then we get asked, "What's your name?" And then it reads that in from standard in, and it looks for the new line and terminates it if it finds the new line. Let's have a look. fget size of name. Now this is probably an interesting little thing to bear in mind when you read from standard in. We might be able to read one more character than we should. Interesting. So you see, we have this name, which is 256 characters, and it says read 256 characters up to a new line. And then it concatenates please enter the password onto the end of what we've just given it. Right? And then it reads the password from what appears to be a password file behind the scenes. And it spits name out to the console, which is rather interesting. And then what does it do? It then says read the password input and always set the last byte +1 to 0, and then do a straight string comparison of password input and password. Now this is actually really interesting because you'll notice that password input is specified right at the end. So I would assume that depending on the layout of these things, we may be able to overwrite one thing with another. Right, and I'll show you what I mean. So let's have a look at what we got here. Please enter the password. Let's just go and play with the service rather than actually trying to do this locally. Right, so we need to NC to this. We've even got the binary here as well, but I'm just going to play with this directly. So actually, before we do that, let's just leave this open so that we can take this and have a look. So obviously we want to be able to say generate a password that is the same as what is read from this text file. But what's read into this text file, this password, is actually compared to what is read in from standard in. Okay, so let's do that again. What is your name? Hello Bob, please enter the password. Right, so we do this, let's say incorrect password, and it'll bail out. So the path that we took there was, we obviously didn't read in too many characters, but what we should actually do is spit out more than just, you know, Bob, because we have the chance here to overwrite certain things. The thing is that password input, which is read from this password text, password which is read from this password text is stored here, and what we have is stored here. What I think is going to happen is if we give it enough stuff, then we should be in a position to control what is actually compared and what's not. Is this making sense? Yes, I'm using Fedora Libertarian Boy. I am indeed using Fedora. So if we go Python, Python-C, because why not? And let's just go print. We're going to go A times, now we know it's 256, right? The name is 256 characters, so let's do 256. We've got another follower, Veloxicity. Thank you very much for the follow. Okay. So that'll give us 256 A's, followed by a new line. Actually, we don't even need to specify a new line here, right? If we pipe that to NC, what happens? Oh, look at that. So what's actually happened here is we've given it an input that goes all the way to the end of this name field, okay? And password input is what we have, or we should actually be giving it. But you see, we load password.txt and we read that into this password buffer, right? Which is here. And then when we try and print out name, name prints all the way to the end of its buffer, and then the variable immediately after it on the stack, which is password. So let's not forget that on the stack, immediately after this name, we find the password. Okay? So what we've done by specifying 256 characters is that we've splattered name with 256 characters all the way to the end. And then here, where it's tried to null terminate, it actually doesn't null terminate because it didn't actually read in the new line at the end of it, right? Hey, null mode. And so there is no termination needed. And then we end up with this, where it says please enter the password. But it's actually concatenating that on the end, but then immediately afterwards, it's overwriting effectively this bit here with the password that it's read out of the file, and then it says put the name, and name writes the whole content out, and then immediately whatever comes up after that, up to and including the null terminator. So this is why it ends up coughing up the content of the password. So now we should be able to do this. Hello Bob, enter the password. And there it is. Does that make sense? Isn't necessarily the best explanation. It's just a classic case of having variables in a certain order on the stack and being able to just fill up a buffer and avoid the inclusion of a null byte. Did that make sense? Do I need to like draw a picture of memory layouts or something? I think it's pretty obvious what's going on there, basically. We just filled a buffer up and prevented the code from null terminating it, so that when the password was written immediately after it, the whole lot got spat out. Yeah. Alright. Now, we're kind of slowly but surely eating our way through the binary ones. Is this what people want to do? Should we go back to forensics, or what? It's as much your call as it is mine. Makes me sense until I try myself. It makes sense until, yeah, right. Tyler DNA, shells. You want shells. So does that mean next binary exploitation one? Is that what people are saying? You want to see me struggle with one? Well, we're supposed to be doing these in order. Let's have a look at this next one, this shell code. Let's see what shell code looks like, right? I don't look. The binary stuff is probably more in line with what I'm comfortable with than almost anything else. So if you want to see me struggle with one, then maybe we either jump to the end where the binaries get really hard, or we do something that I suck at, like everything else. I'm open to what everyone else wants to do. PicoCTF. And let's grab the program as well. Everyone's very quiet. Alright, so we can leave this now. And go. Man, I didn't even move. Move leaking up one. There we go. Alright, let's open up vuln.c so we can see what it does. Ah, yes. Can anyone see? I think I can see it pretty much straight away. Can anyone else see it? Any guesses? This is just the usual gubbins. This looks like a fairly vanilla stack buffer overflow, right? Oh, actually, probably not even that. It's saying, give me some shellcode to run. Give it shellcode, and it will run it. Not even that. It's interesting, though, because Wait up just a minute. Where is... Oh. Okay, right, buff size is 148 characters. So you can give it... You can either give it shellcode to run, which I would assume isn't going to work. But let's see, right? Chmod plus X Vuln. And I'm going to do this straight away. And run it. Enter a string. Yeah, right. X 10. Is it BX? Yeah, I think. Right, so we are at 4B, right? We've got 0. I'm gonna run that again. Yeah, so what we can see here, see buff should contain exactly what we give it, right? Because it's calling getS. And then here it tries to run it. So why is it not happy? Because EDI is null. Can anyone see what's going on here? Let's just go a little bit further. You see how it doesn't actually change the game? But what's really interesting about this is that the crashes that we're seeing are actually different each time. Why is that? Anyone? Everyone's very quiet. Any ideas? This time I'm actually going to give it more than 148. No idea? Can I show checksec? Yes. Canary is disabled, Fortify is disabled, NX disabled, PIE is disabled. No one wants to embarrass themselves. Alright, so it literally has no protection. But as you can see here, like this here, let me show you. Let's go break main and let's run it. Now, I'm just going to go down to the point where it asks for information. So you'll see it's calling vuln now. And we just need to give it some A's. And it does return, right? Now, it's calling puts on this buffer, which basically is where we should be storing where it stores this enter a string thing, right? So if we go x bar, you can see thanks executing now. Sorry, it was this one here. Okay. Let's skip over that. Add ESP10. So these next two instructions are getting the offset to the shellcode. So if we have a look at XS EAX, you can see that we've got our what's it called? Our shellcode. Now this is where it's fun because you'll see what it's doing is it's casting buff to a function pointer, right? And it's trying to call EAX, which is a stack address. And you can see So does anyone else figure it out? And this is actually part of the reason why I chose the A's. All right, because the A's are valid instructions. It's just inc EAX, inc ECX. And so this is actually running. It's running, and then eventually it runs off the end of our buffer. And then eventually gets to an instruction that it can't run and crashes. So it's doing exactly what we would expect it to do, but everyone was expecting it to kind of break on that first instruction we gave it, right? Well, it didn't. So that's why it's behaving that way. So we basically just need to generate some shellcode. Sorry for the little troll, but that's that's basically what it's doing. It is literally just running the code that we've given it. Yeah, I know. Was everyone out there going, what the hell's going on? I hope so. 'Cause I'm a jerk. Now what we need is some shellcode. What do we want to do? We want to generate some. Actually, no, I'm not going to generate it. Let's have a. Let me show you what I usually do. Yeah, we're all second guessing ourselves. Execute bin bash shellcode. So there's shellstorm should give us something that's really like null free Linux x86 shellcode. So you see this stuff here? How do I show you? So this basically says, I think this is the one that I used to use, but there's one on this website that's really good. It's like 22 characters or something. And I usually, when I'm doing a CTF, what I tend to do is I pull this shellcode down and stash it in a file somewhere so that I've always got it. Let's have a look. Let's steal this. Copy. This might be it. Let's have a look. So if we run, what is it? Python-c. I always reach for Python. Print this. Just spit out that, and then we can pipe that to Vuln. Ooh, what do we get? We get nothing. So that's reading from standard in, yeah? Get reads from standard in, so that should work. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to put a breakpoint in here. Oops, other way around. XCC. Yeah, it is a bit of a... sorry, I do feel a little bit bad about that. Righto, so let's run this again, and this time we'll go shell.bin. Now, you can see we got to our int3. So that's our breakpoint that's just run, and what happens here? Execute a new program, user bin bash. So there you go. You need to blah. So that should actually just work, right? I don't know why it's not running locally, actually. We go vol and read in that. Core dumped. Oh, that's because there's a... That's because there's a breakpoint in there. Why is that not working? Maybe it is the wrong shellcode. Any ideas, people? I just don't want to write the shellcode myself or use MSF Venom to generate it. Yeah, it's just an alias. Yeah, it's symlinked, mate. Segbolt core dumped. What a surprise. So that one didn't work either. Maybe it's this one. Let me just vim some stuff up. VG. Oops. Python. C print. And pipe that to bone. That's different and that still doesn't behave. Interesting, hey? So it definitely works to an extent because maybe we need to make it do BNSH. Yeah. Come on, where is it? Oh, that's x64. Someone give me some shellcode that I don't have to write myself. Ah, yeah, that's a good point. Let's do that. So, okay, let's redirect this to shell.bin. Yeah, so you want to go cat shell code and then cat pipe that to bomb. Thanks, man. That's a very good call. That, you know what? That has bitten me so many times. Hey, that has bitten me way too many times. I'm such an idiot. Someone give me some shellcode. Why does that work? Okay, so the reason why Atwolf is because basically as soon as this Python has finished, standard in effectively goes away and then bash exits. So here what we're doing is we're catting shell.bin and then we're calling cat again, which basically just keeps standard out open for us to type, sorry, standard in open for us to type into, and that continues to get piped into the new shell. Yeah, so that's why that works. Does that make sense? So yeah, we're basically stopping standard in from being killed off. So we need to go onto the shell server and let's close all the things. Binary exploitation, here we go. CD. Okay, there it is, and I'm gonna need to do this. Am I able to write in this folder? I'm probably not, hey. Yeah. Let's go. And then we can go cat temp shell.bin cat pipe bomb. There it is. Shells! There you go, mans. You wanted shells. We technically have a shell. Hooray! Yeah, there is, man. Actually, let me show you. So if we did this Python shenanigans, we should be able to do it like this. Basically the same thing. See you, Tyler. Thanks a lot, man. Have a good one. So yeah, it's just the same thing. I just, yeah, wanted to break it out. So yeah, remember that. It's pretty handy, hey. Okay, so let's copy the flag wherever it is. I've lost it. There it is there. Copy. Did everyone learn something there? Thanks again for the reference there, mens. I would have got to that probably in an hour. All the time, hey. All the time. Alright, what are we doing next? Are we going to go back to forensics or you want to see yet another binary? This time you need to control some arguments. We can go and do some more general skills. We can do another web one, or we can go back to forensics. Some forensics. VO2, that was meant to be yet another binary. So we have 1 vote for forensics. Cyber Chef magic makes the forensics easy mode. Oh, you reckon? Mate, nothing makes forensics easy mode for me. I say this is the most people I've seen on stream in a long time. It's as if you guys like hacking. Alright, let's do an easy mode forensics one. Stegosaurus hit a message. Oh no, Stego. You fix printers. Yeah, it is a good number of people. So we can play with this PNG if you really want to. I hate Stego. Is anyone out there good at Stego? That's a good call, Tina. Computers were a very bad idea. Like, I am so bad at Stego. So I'm going to lean on you guys to help me with this. Okay, so let's go. What do we got? Reading between the eyes. Reading between the eyes. Garbage Stego. There's got to be some. Skip it. Skip it. Come on. Okay, we can close that down now. Nope. Actually, yeah, I'm going to keep that shellcode there because I'll probably use it later. Exit. CD. Forensics. CD. Okay. Is this a classic case of one of those PE check things? Yeah. You know, it actually could just be string if we run strings on this. Oops. Pipe grep. Okay. Okay, so there's no if it is actually Stego rather than like what's it called, exif metadata or something. Strings, bin walk. Yeah, but the thing is, it actually looks like hang on, let's go sudo dnf install is it png check? Pretty sure it's that. I might have to support this one due to the dog. Yes, and it's a very cute dog, I have to say. No. Excuse me a sec while I get annoyed. I think it's PNG check. Yeah, PNG check. Binaries. Let's just take a copy of one of these. Location W, get that. Hopefully that will actually just work. Yep. PNG check dot zip. Alright, PNG check husky. It says that it's okay. So there's nothing specific about that. Like there's no little quirks at all around the PNG itself. It's clearly actually a valid, completely valid image. So yeah. And I'm saying, oh yes, everyone go and pay for Rust Mouse's Hack the Box Lab. Awesome. Steg detect. What's Steg detect? Steg detect. Ooh. How did I not know this? Steg detect. Yeah, interesting. All right, well let's clone this. We'll do this in code. Git clone. Steg hide. That's true. Okay, what were the instructions? Building on 64-bit systems. Linux 32 configure. Can't I just call make? Everyone loves watching people compile stuff, right? Command not found. What is AC local? Maybe I should follow the instructions. Linux 32 configure. And then Linux 32 make. Does everyone else do this too? How do I overcome this missing? Give me the answers. Try running auto recomp. The auto recomp runs admin. It runs auto header. Runs blah 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 blah. Before running configure. Okay, so does that mean I have to do Linux 32 auto recomp -f-i? I guess not. Yeah, this is just classic, hey. This should just be a case of please just build it. Come on, how hard can it be? Can I install that? Auto tools. Sudo dnf install auto tools. If not, yeah, right. Turns out that that is the name. No, it's not. Autoconf auto make. It is autoconf and auto make. Please work. This makes the stream very boring. Thank you. Steg bashing. Zsteg. Oh yeah, yeah. I remember that. I remember testing that. Okay, so Linux configure. Thank you, Zerubus. Appreciate that. Make. Please work. Hey, here we go. It's doing a thing. Okay, so does that mean we actually have a steg detect binary now? How does it work? Usage. Uses two types of blah. Okay, so I just need to point it at the thing. Steg detect -tf. Alright, let's do that. Code steg detect -tf husky. Really? It's not a JPEG. So it only works with JPEGs. Alright, Who am I going to blame for that? That was Sysop. Right, that's it, Dean. You've been shitlisted. That's well played. As you can see, I'm absolutely elite at this. Let's see what Zarubis's suggestion was. Z-Stick. Ah, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. CD code. It was worth it. That was amusing. Let's see what this does now. Is this another C thingy, or is it just something that works out of the box? Is it just a gem? Examples. Yeah, right. It's actually just a gem. That's a winner. Gem install Z-Steg. Oh, for crying out loud. Code Metasploit framework .ruby version. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. Right, so now what we need to do is go Z-Steg. Husky. Yay! Lit hacks. So I have no idea what we just did other than throw a tool at a binary. Now I know what it feels like when other people run shit that I build. I have no idea how that worked. Skiddied big time. So why did that work? B1RGB LSB. So is it just squeezing shit between the bytes? That's all that's doing. Yeah. We did Stego. Yes. Well, I can add that to my CV now, right? That's how it works. Z-Steg. I'm going to remember that, and I'm going to use it everywhere. In fact, what I'm going to do now live on stream is update my LinkedIn profile to say that I'm a Stego expert. Everyone with me? Who's going to endorse me? That's pretty funny. Me. Recovering from the snap. W get no check certificate. Let's pull this down. I'm guessing this is just a massive block of crap that we just need to bin walk. So let's have a look at this. That was pretty funny. I did actually enjoy that. That made me laugh. Let's bin walk this thing and see what it can find. Okay, so according to the challenge, there used to be a bunch of animals here. What did Dr. Zernan do to them? Maybe that's just a case of, like, if we do, is it just -E? And open Thuna. No, it's not -E. Is it -E? No. There's an extraction mode that does it all for you, right? Yeah, there you go. Automatically extract known file types. Well, that's what I did. Extract type signatures given blah. I could have sworn that's all I needed to do. Bin walk -E. I want it to just like shove the files out on disk for me. I'm pretty sure that's what binwalk should be able to do, right? extract type signatures given the file an extension. Perfectly scan. Am I doing something silly? I don't want to have to go through and DD each one of these things. It's going to be pretty annoying. It's weird, I thought, yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Could have sworn that's what it was. Really can't be much harder than that, right? That's annoying. I just want it to be smart without me having to do it. Let's just see if we can actually pull one image out of this. So this TIFF image data beginning and offset person very if we go dd input file equals animals.dd skip equals this, and then we go count equals, if that's JPEG image data starting there, that's not going to be a very big JPEG if it's only 30 bytes, right? So I would assume it's going to be up to the beginning of this at least. I'm so lazy with calculations. So this is how many bytes. We just want to carve a little bit out and see if it makes a difference, right? RF equals file.jpg. There's a dog. How cute is he? Okay, so that's basically what I was hoping binwalk would do for me. Oh, how cute is that? Really, is it that simple? Binwalk dash dash dd. Is there a dash dash dd? Where is that listed? I don't see it. Oh, there it is, there. Oh, so you're just doing that. Yeah, but it says and execute. Okay, so images. Okay, I get it. Binwalk dash dd. What's the short version? Capital D. Capital D. JPEG and JPEG. I don't have a default image viewer, I guess, because it images. How do I, what's the default viewer for this thing? I don't even know what that is. The file. Should extract all images according to Google. That'd be your animals.dd file. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Nope. That didn't do anything either. I wonder if it's because I've got like a... See, it parsed it, but it didn't do what you would assume. It's definitely pulling them all out. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. Still no. Am I doing something wrong here, guys? Still wrong. It's parsing stuff. I just wanted to dump it out. You have JPEG. Yeah, does that really matter though? Yes, it does. Wow. Ah, there we go. Thank you. I wonder why the order of those things matters. Does anyone know you have JPEG? Yeah, why does the order matter? I would like to know the answer to that. PicoCTF PH3 underscore 5 and 5. The snap happened. Yep, that worked. Type for which to search, extension to append. Yeah, right. That's very odd. Oh well, I'm glad it's out of the way. Where are we up to? We got another forensics one. Ah, no. Is this a PCAP? Okay, DIR admin panel. This probably won't be that bad. No check. Do I even have Wireshark installed? Yeah, I don't. See if you guys thoroughly enjoy having me install more software live on stream. Yeah, that's right. Someone's gonna get a shell when I open this up. Well, at least we're collectively learning stuff. I didn't know about ZStig, or either that, or I did know about it and it's been too long since I used it. Yes. Last year it was 18 at the end. But I'm secure, so that's why I changed it. So you guys enjoying this? Like, still a bit fumbly, but you know, it's a bit of fun, a bit of variety. Excellent. Cool. Righto. Stream, Pico, forensics, admin panel, data. Let's maximize this puppy. Okay, I'm assuming this is just going to be like posting to an admin page. That's a get. Password. There you go, look at that. It's right there. Follow, where's that magic follow TCP stream? Where is it? Follow. No, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. Sorry, I'll knock that up. Follow. I just want to see the whole thing. There you go, look, quick compare. Username Jimmy, admin false, password equals password. That's got to be it, right? That's what I'm thinking. Another admin equals true. Okay, so what does it say here? Can you find the password? I assume it's PicoCTF followed by whatever that is. Oh man, not more anonymous gifted subs. Who is it? Is that you again, B-Man? Far out. Ah, that's why I couldn't see him, hey? They're right here. password. Man, I don't really know what to say, but someone keeps gifting subs and it's scary. That is incorrect. Maybe that's not what we should be. Logging the admin panel, can we find it? Maybe that responded with that's not the correct password. Welcome to the website. If you're admin, you would see all of your settings here. So, yep, no flag for you. That's the wrong one. So let's close that and look further. Get log out, 302 found, get post login. It's going to be in here somewhere, right? Admin format and password. Does that respond with? Let me maximize this again. Can't be it, surely. Ah, there's the flag there. Key password. I want to get the rest. Follow HC stream. There it is. So that's just the classic look inside a PCAP and you get flags. Oh, I've typed that into the wrong one. I'm hopeless at that. Yeah, that username is pretty funny. Alright. That wasn't that difficult either, was it really? Quit. Righto, so Caesar cipher. This is one of the older ciphers in the book. Can you decrypt the message? You can find the cipher text here. I don't want to do crypto. Wireshark is easy, absolutely. So we've got crypto, and then forensics again. This cat has a secret to teach you. You can also find the file in blah shells. I'm going to skip the crypto one for now and I'll come back to that because I genuinely hate crypto. So let's make hex editor. wget no check. So what is this? I help you edit your hex. Yeah, you can. In my book, you can. So it has a secret to teach me. Is this yet another one? Let's just find the file in blah on the shell server. I'm trying to do this without any hints, but can we do the zsteg thing again? Yeah, so we just give it. We need to do the code. Steg detect. Steg detect. This could be Dean's moment to shine. Appended 66, your flag is. Ah, really? That's weak sauce. I hate it when you can just solve stuff with strings. That's a bit crap. Can you help us find the flag in this meta material? And also find the... Yeah, truly... No check certificate. Let's just see what zsteg says about this. Really? Is it really this simple? Is stego really this simple? Guess it is. Yeah, oh boy. Ah, here we go. Let's do another reversing one. And we have another follower. Nate IRE, or is it Nater? I don't really know. But thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. What does assembler return? Submit a flag as hexadecimal value. Okay, so let's have a look at the source first. Copy link location. Let's go up to reversing. This is me being lazy. Okay, yeah, CD, wget. I want to set wget no checks to be by default on this VM because I really don't care. Application. All right. Reversing. Assembly 1. Righto. So we have a function. See what the question says again. What happens when you invoke this function with the value hex 15e? Submit the flag as the hexadecimal value starting with 0x. Note your submission for this question will not be in the normal flag format. Okay, so it's just that. As a hexadecimal value. So what will it return? So this is just a classic understanding the shellcode. Alright, so we give it, so let me copy it again, this one. So we'll add that as a comment. Hard to see, I know, sorry about that. Alright, so EBP plus 8 is the argument, just so you know. So we are comparing that value with DC. Jump greater than part A. Well, it is greater than. So we need to go to part A. And then it says compare that with 68 and jump not equal to part C. So I would assume that part C says pull it out, add 3 and return it. So is it then fair to say that it is the same but with adding 3, so that would become 1 6 F01, is it 6 1? There you go. Did everyone catch that? Did everyone follow? That was actually pretty trivial. Yeah, let's not forget though that this kind of thing is my thing. It's so we came in here, we have our argument which is EBP plus 8. So everywhere we get dword pointer here, we're saying pull the argument out, and here it's saying compare that value of 15e to DC. You know that this is bigger. Is that greater? Yes, it is. So we skip down to part A, and then it compares it again to 6.8 and says if it's not equal to that, which it clearly isn't, then go to part C. Part C basically just pulls the value out that we gave it, add 3 to it, and return it, because EAX is what the return value is. So I literally just added 3 to the value that I was given, which was hex 161, and that was the answer. You've got to get a hold of yourself. All good? That wasn't so bad, was it? What I might do is even write the result here. There you go. Did that make sense? What does SMH stand for? I can never remember that. Righto, be quick or be dead. Shaking my head. Is with that? Are you shaking your head because it was that easy? Be quick one. Let's see what this one says. When you find this when searching for some music which leads you to this, can you run it fast enough? Can you also find the executable? Oh, you can also. Maybe something stronger than T is required. Squeeze my hog. Sydney morning hair. Oh no. No check. Grab that and we'll grab this. Alright, so what do we got in here? Oops. Okay, so that's a binary. And that is an HTML document. Is this just a YouTube thingo? Let's quickly see what this says. Yeah, it is a YouTube video. Let's see what YouTube has in store for us. Is it a Rickroll? Quick will be dead, official video. Awesome. Alright. Which leads you to be quick will be dead. Can you run it faster? You can also find an executable. Alright, let's have a look. Chmod plus X, quick will be dead. Calculating key. You need a faster machine. Do we now? Okay, so let's put this be quick or be dead binary over in, where is it, string? Hang on just a minute. I need to do something. Let me just do the OPSEC thing for a sec, because I just don't want to leak anything that I shouldn't be doing. I know this bit's really entertaining when I quickly go off stream, but I just want to make sure that I've got all of the things that I should. Should be good, so let's do that. With you in just a second, I'm nearly done. Okay, and we are back. Righto, so what I wanted to do is copy stream, go to, where are we? This was in reversing, wasn't it? Be into this folder, so then we can move to another VM, which again, I'm just going to quickly drop into OPSEC for a sec to make sure that I haven't done anything silly over on this side. So I'm just going to load this up in IDA. And yeah, it's important that I don't leak stuff. So bear with me, I'm being very quick. Okay. Where is it? Where is it? Here it is. There we go. Okay, and we're back. So let's fire it up in IDA. Let's open desktop. All files equal to day 1. And let's see what it says. Please, it's a 64-bit binary. Didn't know that. Pew pew pew. Okay. So what is this trying to do? Call header, call set timer, call get key, call flag. Oh, okay. So I'm assuming that this set timer call is part of the problem, right? So if we can somehow just patch out this set timer doohickey, then it should just work, right? So I'm gonna literally just patch this binary. So if we go options, general, I like to have line prefixes on so we can see addresses. Now I've got to remember we want to view this in hex. So that call set timer is just here, I believe. Synchronize with hex view 1. Yeah, so if I go up to call header, it's going to be in a different spot. But call set timer is here. So if we edit this, which I think we go F2, there we go, we've just knocked that out. So then we should be able to go edit, patch program, apply patches to input file. So we'll call that patched. Oh, hang on, no, that's not what we want. And we want to create a backup. Okay. So, just give me another OPSEC moment as I transfer files. And I'm just going to put this back onto the Linux VM. I'll make sure I'll put some other stuff in place so the next time we do this I don't have to keep going into OPSEC mode. Sorry about that. Okay, I'll leave that there. So that's now saved in view. Okay, so let's go back to stream, go reversing, be quick or be dead, and we'll move stream, blah, back to here. That didn't do what I wanted it to do. Do you understand the premise though? Let's just GDB this. This as main. So there's definitely patched out. Oh, hang on, I patched out the wrong call. I'm an idiot. Did I really? I did the wrong one. I left the timer in there. I'm such an idiot. I'm such an idiot. Patch programs. Let me start that again. So that is the that's why we have backups, people. I'm a fool. You got the point though, right? You got the reasons and the hows and the whys and the do you mind if I don't? Basically the go. So yeah, that's the patch that I wanted to do. So let's go over here. Those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bytes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so back here we've actually, there you go. So that's fine now. Thanks for picking up on that, people. Jeez. I blame you for completely not picking up on that. Such a bunch of jerks. Okay, desktop. So we want this one. Back over here. Let's overwrite that now. Are we into the same file? Are they? Stream, okay. Oh yeah. See, what I want is stream. That will be back here. There we go. Did that make sense? So we just, clearly it was setting a timer to bomb out prior to all kinds of decrypting happening, and we just patched that out. So not necessarily a reversing challenge per se, but gives you an idea of the kind of thing that you should be doing with patching. There's something hidden in this picture. Do we do another forensics or should we do a different one? Any ideas? Zed, steg it and move on. Alright, let's do that. Stream Pico. This is forensics directory. What is this one? Now you don't. Got to be a sign, right? wget no checks. Did we get zsteg? Ooh, look at that! It didn't pick up on it. That's a winner. Raw alien versions not stripped Apple surface program data first line MS Windows cough power PC object file. Jeez. I hope there's something hidden in it. Well, there's a few things hidden in it. Apple soft basic MS Windows cough power PC object. See, that's awful. Yeah, we're screwed. That's right. I don't really need to. Is there flags for zsteg? Okay, so valid values. Try brute forcing the flags. It is exactly like when get system doesn't work. Thanks for that, Rasta, you jerk. Okay, so if I did this and then went S all, nothing happens. Prime, analyze, extract any prime, most bit. What are the default options for this? Valid values. Check number of bits. Try all 9 methods. There we go. Let's see what this does. So apparently there's a tar archive in it. Is that right? No. It's definitely Stego. I don't believe that this is true either. Now we can press cough. So it's only just picked up on a couple of. What do you think of this? Do you think this is legit? I don't know whether it's legit or not. God, I hate Stego. It's just so dull. Should we move on? I'm keen to move on. I hate Stego. It does kind of sound legit, doesn't it? But how do I extract? How do I extract that? How do I get this thing here out of it? What do you reckon? How do we do that? Extract a specified payload. Okay, right. So I can go E this. Is that how it works? Oh. I've got to pipe that to, sorry, redirect it to foo.tar. Does that seem fine? Non-ISO extended ASCII text with very long lines. Yeah, see. I think it's wrong. So it reckons that was a tar file. Just based on the header. Yeah, I don't think so. What does this thing look like? Is this one of those cases where I've kind of just got to adjust color channels, like in a actual editor? Does that make sense? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Hey. All right, let's do it. It is called like Now You See Me, Now You Don't. So, what program do you guys use for this? Just a sec. I've pulled my headset out. Really should. There we go. Now I can hear it. GIMP. Yeah. Is GIMP installed? No. Shouldn't take long. I've actually got a decent. Yeah, I know. Sorry. Not sure if it's still around and maintained, but it was a Java app you could click through and it cycled different shades of colors. Yeah, right. That's pretty cool. This won't take long. Get one of the CTF team members to do it because Stego. Yeah, that's usually what I do. And then you can deal with this. Maybe I'll. What's the time? It's 1:45. Let's just copy this. Where are we? We're in reversing. Make quack me. And no checks do yet. Let's pull that main down. Can you deal with the duck web? Get the flag from it. Strings running later than usual. The reminder curse you DST. Yeah, exactly. DST. Okay. GIMP. I can't see it. GIMP 2. Alright, let's open. Is it Now You Don't? Yeah, it's this one, isn't it? Alright, someone teach me how to GIMP. How do we do this? Colors, tools, filters. Adjust layers. How do we do that? Layer. Merge with layers, properties, tools. Teach me how to GIMP. Yeah. I know. There's got to be a really easy way of just adjusting the colors in this thing. Probably want to. Yeah, I don't necessarily want to type the word GIMP into Google. Yeah. YOLO. Okay, let's just be really careful. GIMP image editor adjust colors. How to replace color in GIMP? Change one color to another. Someone out there must know how to do this. How to recolor. Color balance. Change background. Color curves. Brightness and contrast. That could be it. See, I hate this stuff. So just color balance options. Brightness. Go through the image menu. Alright, well, let's just start mucking with that. Image, color management. What does this do? Don't know. Nope. Can't remember who usually does this. Yeah, color balance. I don't even know what I'm doing. Why am I seeing the same line? Stag hide. adjusting color layers. Yeah, you reckon? You think Steghide would find stuff in this, but it's going to change. I would assume that it's going to change the image properties when we do it, but it won't actually spit out the content of the text. So it's not going to do anything from here, is it? No. Brightness and contrast. I don't think that's going to do anything either, is it? I can't see anything changing, can you? Good night, Pink Tangent. Thanks for coming along, as always. I appreciate it. Brightness and contrast don't seem to be doing much either. Ah, does it? Use CyberChef randomized color palette. Get rid of the red channel and GIMP might be worth a try. You reckon use CyberChef to do that? I didn't even know this had this capability, to be honest. But I trust you. Okay, so forensics. Randomized color palette. How do we give it something? Input. Open folder, open file is input. Okay, let's go. Stream, Pico, forensics. No, you don't. Randomized color palette. See, I'm learning something here. I didn't know this. Ah, oh, really? Look at that. It's your fault I use it in the... That's true. That's true. I remember talking to you about it. That's pretty cool. Stegsolve.jar. That's kind of cool. You know, clearly it was a color palette thing. But yeah, nice find. Thanks, Binchuk. Now you see me. PicoCTF N0W Y0U 53533 M3. Yeah. See, isn't it fun when we all work as a team? I like it when I don't have to do this myself. There you go, look at that. Fantastic. No, we don't want to cheat. See, that's the kind of thing I just don't even think about when it comes to, you know, forensics and crap like that. Is, should I, do I consider color palettes and hues and saturations? But it's just not the way I think. Yeah, I would agree with that. So I'm going to exit. So maybe like image. Is there a color palette in here somewhere? Where's the palette? There's got to be something in here that will allow you to muck with it, right? Colorize the image, tone mapping. There's got to be something in here, right? What do you reckon? Oh, what have I just done? Yeah, so I'm keen to sort of see. There's got to be some way in here. There's no doubt that this thing would have all of the things that you would expect it to have to be able to highlight those sorts of things. But yeah, I can't. Invert, re-invert. Don't do that. That doesn't do anything. There's nothing in there either. Did that? Reduce to a limited set of colors. Don't know what I'm doing. Twit2 has followed. Thank you. Anyway, let's move on. I'm going to go and have a play with that myself because I really should know a little bit more about how to use things like the GIMP. Anyway, where are we? We've got 10 minutes. Might be able to squeeze one more in. 64 bits. 6 main. What does it do? You know I've entered the duck web and you're in for a honkin' good time. Can you figure out my trick? Guess not. What I think we might do, given that we've only got 10 minutes to go. Hey, Jimzo, how's it going? Thanks for jumping on stream. We're actually just about to wrap things up. I get the feeling that this might take me more than 9 minutes to do. Yeah, I'm doing really well. Thanks for asking, mate. So, yeah, I think what I'm going to do is wrap it up, given that there's only 9 minutes to go, and we will come back to this. We need to do this one. There you go. So now when I restore the VM, we know that we've got to do this Quack Me challenge. But yeah, we bashed through a few. There are a couple of frustratingly easy ones. A couple of other frustrating ones because I find Stego frustrating in general, but I think we all learned something. I certainly learned something tonight. I learned that the binary shit and the reversing stuff is certainly more my bag than things like Stego and crypto. But anyway, I've had a bit of fun. I hope you guys did too. And if you have any questions or if there's other stuff that you want us to do, then hit me up in the usual locations. Don't forget that if you haven't already joined, there is a Discord channel that you guys can jump in and chat to everyone who hangs out on stream. There's a lot of nice people in there all having a bit of a laugh. So yeah, thanks for that. And be sure to jump in on the next one. I think the next one we might do a quick Meterp session again. I've got to keep going on it, otherwise, you know, it's gonna slowly wither and die away. And I don't want that to happen, so I've got to keep going with that. But maybe we'll alternate these off and on. If I can get a couple of streams going per week, then I will look to do that. But thank you very much, everyone, again, for being on stream. I really appreciate it. It's nice to have your company and to help me fumble my way through these challenges. Jimzo, don't you do the call-out training? I will be there for the call-out training in Sydney this year, helping out with both the boot camp and the advanced training. So yeah. Thank you, Kilix. Very kind of you to say. But I love having you guys on board. And so until next time, as always, be good to each other.